Love doesn't always leave in loud, dramatic exits. Sometimes, it fades in quiet rooms, in heavy silences, in the spaces where someone should have stood up for you, but didn't. Sonia didn't leave because she stopped loving Philip. She left because she could no longer recognize herself inside that love. And sometimes, losing yourself is a louder pain than losing someone else. The house felt different now. Not louder, not quieter, just hollow. The walls still carried memories, laughter that once echoed through the halls, dreams whispered late into the night. But now, those same walls held tension, unspoken words, and the weight of everything that was never defended. Philip sat alone, in a home that no longer felt like his. Not because Sonia had taken anything with her, but because she had taken the part of him that made this place feel alive. Miles away, Sonia stood in a small, unfamiliar apartment. It wasn't luxury, it wasn't comfort, but it was hers, for the first time in a long time. There was no tension in the air, no judgment lingering in the corners, no voice questioning her worth. Just silence, the kind that heals, the kind that lets you hear yourself again. She wasn't okay, but she was finally free. In another part of the city, Philip's mother sat in her perfectly arranged living room. Everything was in order. Everything was exactly how she wanted it. Except one thing. Control has a way of feeling like love to the person holding it. But when that control breaks something real, it leaves behind a silence that even power cannot fill. For the first time, her house felt too quiet, not peaceful, but empty. Healing doesn't always come from being alone. Sometimes, it comes from being seen, without judgment. That's when Daniel appeared, not as a replacement, not as a solution, but as something Sonia had been missing for a long time. Gentleness. He didn't ask her to explain her pain. He didn't try to fix her. He simply respected her space. And sometimes, that is the most powerful form of care. Regret doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps in slowly, through memories, through moments replayed in silence, through the realization that you had a chance to protect something real, and you didn't. Philip began to see it now. Not his mother's intentions, not the excuses he had hidden behind, but Sonia's pain. Clear, undeniable, and painfully justified. And the hardest truth of all, love is not just about feeling, it's about choosing. And he had chosen wrong. Piece by piece, Sonia began putting herself back together. Not the version of her that tried to fit into someone else's expectations, but the version that existed before the silence, before the doubt, before the emotional weight of proving her worth. She started smiling again, not for anyone else, but for herself. And that kind of healing cannot be undone. Distance has a voice. It speaks in absence, in missed moments, in the quiet realization that some things may never return. Philip wanted to fix it, to explain, to try again, but some wounds don't need apologies, they need distance. And Sonia had finally learned how to choose herself. Love is not just about staying, it's about feeling safe enough to stay. And when that safety is broken, when silence replaces protection, walking away is not weakness. It is courage. Because sometimes, the hardest thing to do is to leave the person you love and finally choose yourself. In the end, no one truly wins when love is neglected. Philip gained awareness, but lost what mattered most. His mother kept control, but lost connection. And Sonia lost a marriage, but found herself. And sometimes, that is the greatest victory of all. Love is not proven in words. It is proven in protection, in presence, in choosing someone, even when it's uncomfortable. Because silence can break what love is meant to protect. And when that happens, the strongest thing a person can do is not to stay, but to walk away and never look back. Was Sonia right to walk away? Or should she have stayed and fought for the marriage? Do you think Philip truly loved Sonia? Or did his silence prove otherwise? Can a relationship survive when one partner refuses to stand up for the other? If you were in Sonia's position, would you choose love or choose yourself? If this story touched you in any way, don't just watch and leave. Tell me what you would have done, because your voice matters here.